Throughout our lives, we've experienced the unexplainable, from bright apparitions to dark entities, changing our perspectives on the afterlife. Now we seek answers and intend to capture evidence of paranormal existence. These are our paranormal experiences. Castlemaine Gaol. After investigating Geelong Gaol, we headed all the way up to Castlemaine. Now, this is the segment where I normally talk about the history and some of the interesting facts about the place. However, we were fortunate enough to have a tour guide tell us about these. Here she is.
Our story doesn't actually start here on the goldfield, in the jail itself. We start on the goldfields, you see. July 1851. The only people you would see walking around here are our Jar Jar Run people, our local people. And occasionally you might see a white person walk through. Usually they would be there because they're going to a squatter's settlement. So here we've got the situation. Anyway, one of the squatters, his name is Dr. William Barker, and he's got a settlement up north. Now, what's really interesting about that is he has a little shepherd on his property, and his name's Christopher Thomas Peters. And as he's going along, he finds a piece of gold. It's just lying amongst the grass. He's really, really excited because this piece of gold means the end of his shepherding days. So he goes up to Dr. Barker and he says, "Look, I found gold." Now, gold had been found at Anderson Creek, Clunes and Buninyong. So Christopher did have prior knowledge as to what this meant. Dr. Barker, he was not impressed at all. He thought, there goes his mining, there goes his land, because they'll all come and dig it up, and all his staff will leave. So he said to Christopher, "You fool, man, that's fool's gold, throw it away." And Christopher does. However, some of Christopher's mates go, "We don't think it was fool's gold. We reckon it was real, and we think Dr. Barker, he just doesn't want people here." So they started collecting all the gold, and Dr. Barker found out, and he goes, "Off my property, or I'll call the constables in." And they said, "We'll see about that. One of them can read or write." So he puts pen to paper and writes. He writes a letter to the Argus. This is printed on the 8th of September 1851. By the end of September, we had 8,000 people come here. By the end of the year, we had between 25 and 30,000 people. Now, who came? We had the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, we had shipbuilders, we had sailors. We had no class system whatsoever on the goldfields. You could have a labourer working beside a lawyer. We had doctors, we had quacks. We had most of the police force from Melbourne, and we had an enormous number of convicts. We had ex-convicts that had come up from Tasmania, and we also had convicts who had escaped. This is a great place to get lost in. So what we do is we have somebody such as yourself. Now, you're an escaped convict. What crime will we give him? Let's make you an armed robber. You've escaped, you're up here, I'm recruiting for the police force, and you come up and you say, "I want to join the police force." I say name, you say Harold. Harold, have you done anything wrong in the past? No. I believe you, so you're on our police force. And literally, this did make up quite a bit of our police force. We also had some very good policemen as well. So, your job, Harold, for the first couple of years is mainly going to be collecting miners' licences. Now, you're not all going to be able to afford miners' licences. If you're doing really well, that is great. Here, you've got the richest alluvial goldfield, not just in Australia, but in the world. You are standing on the most richest place on Earth at one point. Alluvial means you just bend down and pick it up. When they started digging, most of the mines were only 10 to 30 feet deep. Some did go deeper, but that's what it was. So you're going to run around and collect these 30 shillings a month from everybody. However, Not everybody's going to have the money. And so when you don't have the money, you're going to have to hide in your miner's hole. So you'll hear a call out, Joe, 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 and it echoes around. This is a sign, everybody down your holes and stay there until it goes over. And then you can get up and continue working. Except we have a dobber in our midst. And what our dobber does is goes up to Harold and says, I can tell you everywhere, I can tell you where people are hiding. You rub your hands with glee and you stand there, and as they come up, you get them one by one. You have nowhere to put them except to tie them to a tree. There's one other sort of person that you're really keen on getting, and you dob them in as well. And this is the poor woman who's running a refreshment store, a coffee shop. Oh. It's a tent on the goldfields. People are coming out of there though, quite merry, much merrier than they should, because after all, we have prohibition in place, so no selling of alcohol. Once you dob her in for Sly Gog Shops, you have the pleasure of burning down her tent with all the contents in it, and she gets tied to a tree as well. So we've got to build log jails. Down here is where we had our original log jail. It was just log jail, but we had 5 different rooms. 2 of them were 14 by 12 feet, and 3 of them were 14 by 16. Now, usually I walk really, really close to people when I'm doing this, because I explain how when you're close to people you don't know, it's really uncomfortable, and you see people physically draw back, or you see them still themselves. And it's just to give them that sense. In these log jails, people were crammed so close, you lost your personal space. You had a bucket that you were to use for your toilet, and there was a bucket of fresh water. Now, there was no privacy. And these were terrible, terrible places. If you were fortunate, you got to go on a work gang and perhaps go and cut some of the bricks that we later used for this jail, or do some other work on the roads. If you were not fortunate, you would have a maximum of 3 minutes out per day. Now, these jails were also a bit of a laugh because people escaped really easy. So when you had a really good bushranger or somebody, a serious criminal, they wouldn't be put in the jail. They would be tied in irons outside to the logs. Now, this is exposed to all weather. You've got nothing above you. Now, there was complaints made by some of the officers that the chains of the prisoners tied up outside were keeping them awake at night. This is a terrible situation. We can't wait to get this place built, but we have nowhere at the moment to put a jail. So what are we going to do? We have to survey. We've got to find somewhere that's really, really solid, because we can't have you expert miners digging out. So that's what we do. This is a complete hill of rock. You're not going to dig out of this, and during the history of the jail, nobody ever has. There won't have any escapes. So they decide to build the jail up here. The town at this stage is the camp, referred to as the camp, which is to my left. This is where there's an oval there at the moment, and it extended further out into the street behind. This is where the Gold Commissioner came, the troopers came, and the police force and everything was down there. So they decided they would move the township from there to over there. And that way people could look up and see the jail on the hill and go, we don't want to end up there. So that's how we came to be here. So, David Young. Now, when you were in that cell, in the 1860 cell, that would have been fantastic for you when you got there, because you come up from the log jails. So, it's been really crowded and suddenly you have space. But that would have worn off very quickly. One of the men who ended up there was David Young. Now, David Young, unlike you, Harold, he actually ended up not hiding who he was. He served his time. So, that was fine. He was an ex-convict, and he went from place to place doing odd jobs. On December 1864, he ended up at Daylesford. He was just near a 2-roomed house. Now, this 2-roomed house contained Mr. and Mrs. Graham. David made a comment when he saw Margaret. She was like hot as. She was really, really nice. Anyway, before she was married, she worked at a pub. Now, a very respectable job was being a dancer. And there was an Italian there who thought she was the best thing ever. And he loved her with a passion, as only Italians can. But he was also jealous and said, you will never end up with anyone else but me. Margaret went ahead and married an older man. So here she is in a 2-roomed house. Boxing Day morning, David packed up his things and he moved away from the area. That night, Margaret's body was found, and then they then brought the Italian in for questioning the next day. Someone said, hang on, wasn't there a convict in the area? What was his name? David. Was it David Young? And so they went and got David Young. They spent a week looking for him. He didn't hide. He claimed he didn't even know about the murder. But when they found him, they brought him in and placed him in a cell just like the one in the 1860s. He remained there for 7 months. Now, they had numerous court cases. By April, the judge, who was Redmond Barry, he was known as the hanging judge, he was also Ned Kelly's judge. He said, you have not got any evidence. If you don't bring evidence next time, then we're letting this man go. The Crown was in this position. If they let this man go, it means they've kept an innocent in jail, and that doesn't look good for him, and a murderer out. So what are they going to do? They've got to find some evidence. If anybody has any evidence against David Young, please bring it forward. Oh, we do have a reward. Evidence came forward, and based upon this, they convicted David Young of the murder of Margaret Graham and sentenced him to be hanged until death. For all our people here at the jail who was hanged, they were placed up in the top right-hand side in the cell. There was a condemned man's cell. The walls would shake as they dynamited the grave. Wouldn't be one dynamite, there'd be numerous ones. This would have been horrific for them. For David, the day before his execution, the Archdeacon came in. He'd been really supportive of David the whole way through. And he was excited. We've found some more evidence and we've sent it to Redmond Barry. We're hoping that you'll get a reprieve or something. But Redmond Barry wouldn't take any notice of it. This man will be hanged tomorrow, and that's all there is about it. The rest of that day, he was very angry and very violent. And that's not surprising. Here he is, who claims an innocent man is going to be hanged until death. For what? For doing nothing, except being an ex-convict. That night, he slept very well, they say. The next morning, the Archdeacon had a few hours with him. All we know was he did not confess to the murder. 9:30, the doors opened, and 100 people came in. To see this event, you actually had to have a ticket. You didn't buy a ticket, but you had to have a ticket. So it could be you guys were part of the Youngites. You didn't believe he was guilty, and you wanted to support him. It could have been you were all part of the, you felt he was guilty, and as such, you wanted to see justice done. Or it could have been you were playing curious. What happens at a hanging? What we do know is children attended this event. You would have seen a plain box here for a coffin, and you would have seen a chair. 10 o'clock, the sheriff stood outside the door and said, "I demand the body of David Young." At this point, David's brought to the door. His chains are cut off and his arms are pinned by his side. He's brought out, and you can see him up there now. In some jails, they used black hoods, but we know they used white ones here. They had that ready. They asked him, was he guilty of the crime, and he denied it. In fact, he wears no shoes, which is an old English custom to state his innocence. He's brought forward. The noose is placed around his neck. Now, it's placed, the executioner has already worked out that it can't be too long or too short. The most important thing too is that the noose, the knot is placed in the right place on the neck, so it's instant death, and it's not strangulation. As the Archdeacon reads the prayer for the dead, the hood is placed over, and the bolt is pulled, and David's body comes down. At this point, you will leave. The sheriff remains by the body for an hour. They then get 2 prisoners, young prisoners, to come. The surgeon comes in, pronounces death, and the prisoners cut the body down. They place it in the chair, they cut off all the hair, the eyebrows, everything. And this is to do a death mask. Death masks was considered, it was a science of the day. And it was to support a theory called phrenology. Now, this is the study of the facial features and the bumps on the head. And this is to see what a person's character was like. David's was the only one taken here because they decided it wasn't a valid hearing, so it was stopped. David's body is placed in a coffin and taken out for burial. We have all 10 bodies buried here on site. There's 2 places that they're reported to be. One of them is out here, and the other one is in this courtyard where we've just been and round the corner. So maybe you can tell me after tonight where they are.
We often get, just say murder.
Murder. It's right next to the gallows.
It said murder next to the gallows. That's not bad contextually.
Well, what was that guy? Was it Christine was telling us about who was innocent?
Oh, that's David Young.
Yeah.
He's the first man hanged.
You could say that's murder if he's innocent.
Well, absolutely. And
Unless-
say that some of the others
Unless
were as
it's
well.
a convicted committed murder.
Yeah, that too.
There were actually, I think about 7 or 8 out of the 10 hangings were 4 people convicted of murder as well. I think another one was for rape, and then there was another for like larceny or something like that. It's not bad. A little bit of relevance.
Murder,
We
malicious,
get
and style.
Gentlemen, if you could come and stand near the gallows, we'd like to talk to you.
No.
Gentlemen, could we come and stand near the gallows, please?
Can you touch that device I'm pointing to right there? We call that a REM pod. It's that red little thing on the ground. You can touch it and we know you're there. Then we can start communicating to each other and speaking.
Sure.
Sure? Obviously said sure.
As in each or
Yeah, or
As in,
all right. If you want to do that, go ahead. We're waiting.
and we are absolutely sure that we'd like to hear what you have to say.
ahead.
If any of you were innocent, we'd
Ahead.
like to clear your names. We'd like to offer you whatever help you've not been offered yet.
Hold on a second.
If you served your time under Governor Maxwell, could you please move closer to the device that the gentleman wearing the cap is holding in his hand?
Or the one next to me.
Or the one over here. As you can see, some of the people standing here are holding small devices. If you come closer to the lights that you can see, your presence can make them react. They won't hurt you in any way, shape or form.
But don't be afraid.
And as you know, I've never done you any harm. Each time I've been here, I've come in with respect, and you know that very well by now, gentlemen. You have nothing to fear from me, and you have nothing to fear from my companions. If you could please approach us to tell your stories.
Easy.
Easy. Well, it's easy to do.
We'd like to make it easy for you. Is there anything we can do to make things easier for you? Can we make it easier for you to communicate?
Come over to where you are. Oh. See, that's where we're getting all those sort of strange, random light. Oh, EMF readings.
Really slowly, those flickers. That's strange.
It
It
is.
just...
Do you reckon you could do that again?
Thank you.
Thank you. So it's easy then. A little tiny spike just then. Looks like it was going to, what, 10 milligauss?
Is our presence annoying you?
Is there particular individuals that annoy you in our group? Oh, yep.
Is it Aaron?
Do I know you?
Wow, it's like we're responding to that.
It's quite quick.
It's
Like it's straight
actually
away.
on cue It's on cue.
Do you want to tell us your name? I don't know if that's a yes or no, but
Could you make that same movement twice in a row?
I don't know if that's a yes or no, but
Could you make that same movement twice in a row?
ooh, very nice.
Thank you very much.
Very nice.
Thank you. Are you somebody here that knows me? Could you do it twice in a row, please, if you do know me? That was weak.
This one? Are you in this room? Are you in this room?
At this moment, I hear something directly to my left. Listening back to the camera's audio file, it does sound like a breath. However, it wasn't mine, and it wasn't the person behind me, since I was the one at the back.
Are you in this room? Are you in this room?
What the hell?
What?
No, it's just I think it's just the door.
I've got a feeling that he doesn't like me.
No, like as soon as we moved away from you, it started communicating.
Do you like that man up there with the camera?
Ooh, geez, that's going off a lot.
Okay, we've got 2 for yes. 2 for yes, 1 for no. Do you know this man? 2 for yes, 1 for no.
No.
Are you standing here on my right? 2 for yes, 1 for no. Any chance, and you don't have to if you don't want to, I don't want to do anything you don't feel comfortable with, but would you like to give us your name?
While this potential EVP is hard to actually prove, the K2 does coincide with the voice, which is particularly interesting as we've experienced this in the past on multiple investigations when an activity happens and an EMF reading is picked up. However, this could be just coincidence.
Okay, just speaking to the red light here I've got on my right hand and give us your name, or whisper it in my ear.
Oh, mine flashed as well.
Okay, thank you.
We continue to get lots of EMF readings in relation to our questions. However, this session is interrupted when I think I see something peer out of a cell. I'll show you where I saw it. It was like around here somewhere.
So we got 70s.
We've got 9 that just come
I
up.
don't know, I swear I heard the footsteps as well though. And it looked like someone walking out.
Was it definitely that door? Because you can open them.
It could have been either one of these ones.
Because you're allowed to, you can open whichever one you want.
9 on ominous.
Yeah, you can open whichever one.
Whoa, Rampod. Is it Rampod or Edie?
Is that the one near the hangman? Yeah.
Is that the person I just saw just then? Did I just see you?
Whoever it is who likes to play with the red pod.
Can you light it up if that's the person I just saw? Don't be afraid. I just want to know who it is. Calm. Plants. Want me to calm down?
Yeah, just real. Okay.
Yep. Alright.
You want me to calm down? This went blue.
I'll calm down now. Is that a better sort of voice? Yep. Okay. I'll speak like this then.
So you can touch it here, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, we're getting some intelligent responses up here.
I was just watching the DVR. About 5 minutes ago, I saw a shadow look like it's back coming out and then back in again.
Was that when I reacted?
I don't know if you reacted. No, I'm just letting you know. It's what I saw from your up.
Yeah, because I thought I saw something in the corner of my eye.
There's a red one. Did you hear that?
Yeah, that was. I thought I saw something this way, so we went heading this way. Then it went off, and we looked that way. After this amazing experience, Gary tells us that he sees the shadow through his DVR system go into the condemned cell.
Pray. Day, pray.
Well, didn't they pray
Had
to priest?
contrition before. And an act of contrition is basically when you pray saying that you're sorry.
Yeah, I wonder because the priests are the last people who would see before they got hanged. Do you know about any gold around here?
Oh, gold. Where's the gold? Wish I knew where the gold was. Here we go.
Well, yours actually flashed then. Oh, so you know where gold is then? We can all band together and go dig the gold up. Go get some money. Head on down to Melbourne. Spend the gold. Come back, get some more gold. Go back down to Melbourne.
What's that, Steve?
Sounds good, doesn't it? Yeah? Don't need any of those mining licenses. Too much money. Do you have your mining equipment? You have your pickaxe, shovel? Yeah? Gonna go get some alcohol down in Melbourne. Head on down to Ballarat after we get all the gold.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, nice.
This voice wasn't heard at the time. However, because of the building's design, which enhances the acoustics of our voices, it simply could be someone down below yelling out something. But we're not 100% sure.
Yeah, nice scotch or a port.
Do you like the ladies? I should be good.
Take that as a yes. Do you like money?
Did you live around here?
Yeah. Can you make a vibration? Can you make footsteps in here? In there? Can you see it?
Try it anyway.
Alright, can you make footsteps? Can you make it vibrate for us?
Oh, there we go. I see that.
Can
Yeah.
you see that now?
I'm not even moving either.
No, it still isn't anything.
Do you reckon you could do that one more time for me?
Make 3 in a row. 3 spikes. Like this.
I'm even picking yours up.
Okay.
Oh, I see 1, 2.
Let's try it
Do this.
Yeah, that's gets picked up on there. Come on. You can do it. Just 3 times. 1. Yeah, you got 1 of them. Keep going. Doing a pretty good job so far. 2.
That's awesome.
I felt a footstep right next to me. At this moment, I feel a footstep right next to me and also hear it. However, the camera's audio doesn't pick it up, but the DVR does. So far, 2.
That's awesome.
I felt a footstep right next to me. So far, 2.
That's awesome.
I felt a footstep right next to me.
One more.
1 more. Yeah.
Awesome.
I felt you right next to me. I felt that right next to me. That was awesome. Thank you very much.
Alright, yeah. Just show us the direction that you are.
That was like sync too. Yeah, you're trying. It sort of feels like it's not around.
Yeah, it does. It just doesn't seem to be no responses whatsoever now.
Receiving little more communication, we leave the room. However, when we do, the obelisk starts saying religious content, which is very relevant to the era which we're in, which is the gallows and condemned cell, where priests played a major role in the executions of prisoners.
Come for a walk.
What'd that say?
Stigmata.
Stigmata.
What's stigmata?
Stigmata is when they're crucified and they get like the blood.
Mini Sun Page.
I like how there's a bit of it's really religious stuff centered, like.
More than I've ever seen.
And it only seems to be every time we're around this religious, where the priest would come in and say, you know, they need to be here during the executions, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Stigmata. That is.
I've never heard that word come to the obelisk before either.
It's So
A bit like Jesus on the...
crucifixion,
Yeah.
and like Jesus got nailed on the cross, so people with stigmata, they get unexplained bleeding in the palm, representative of if they would have been sort of crucified. No.
You think so?
It's the after effects like Jesus on the cross type thing.
Okay.
I thought it was interesting that over the other side it said contribute.
While it's quite possible that this is some large piece of dust, I didn't see much throughout the night, and I can't not say that it isn't paranormal, as it seems to coincide with the K2 reading as it goes past the meter. Because it's a lot of religious stuff. I just think it's connected to the executions that took place, because I just know that the priests were there during their last hours and even during the execution.
It's going off.
Oh, you can hear that too.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Can you hear it?
Let's go. Oh wow, you can too. When is it down that way? Is it?
Oh, no, it's probably not there.
Hey guys. Hey Sharmaine. Was that alarm coming from your end? Oh, it's just the noise it travels, how it travels. Can you touch the alarm again?
No, so that's solitary from memory.
K2's gone off a little bit there. Is that a...
I want to go in there last. Oh, a few sparks.
Is there any electric?
So we've got electricals right here.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, because you have to be pretty close to the K2. The rook went pick it up straight away. I was like, if realistically, if I'm getting stuff out here, you should get like more milligas readings. Anyway, I'll go in then. Is anyone down here with us?
Come on.
Ooh, whoa.
What the f?
Oh, what the hell?
Is that you? Are you doing that?
It's gonna hold on, it's gonna... Whoa.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Don't you like him when he calls you Oh, that was not like that before. I just went past there. Feels weird. It feels like energy.
I can't actually see anything. No one give us a reaction.
Kick it. Do that. Are we in your...
Oh.
Whoa. Whoa, it's like right here. Can you come out at me? Come out to what? Whoa, okay, it's both going off there.
No.
And we did a base reading in here, there was like nothing in here. We're going in your cell. Do you like us in here?
Paul.
Oh, is that your name?
Make the lights go red if that's your name.
Or do I have to call you?
Yep. Yeah, he doesn't like that. Yeah. Come on, you gonna swear back at him? Swear back at him then. Come on, yell at him. Yell at him.
Tell me what you really think.
Keep yelling at him.
Reason.
You got a reason to yell at him? I wasn't doing that when we did baseline. That's the only other time I was down here. I was not doing it.
Do you want us to leave? Light it up if you want us to leave.
What's that one say?
Female.
Female. You're female? Whoa, alright mate, it's a
Okay.
female. It's not,
Yeah.
it's not a Paul.
No, it's not Paul. Did you want me to leave?
I think the whole place wants you to leave now. You're and piss on everything off.
Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to be silent for a bit. If you've got something to say to us, say it to this orange light over here. Alright?
Reverend.
Throughout our investigation session downstairs, I tried to record using a DVR. However, I couldn't capture anything as I kept getting more static noises through the DVR recording. Could this be some sort of EMF interference?
Do you need a priest?
There's some weird jumps.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they should be doing that. There's nothing here to make it do it. You'd have to get like, you'd been a radio or something. They're very in sync, it's very powerful, whatever it is, and it seems to be responding. Isn't that right? You're here right now. Light them up if you're here right with us right now. Otherwise he's going to call your name.
Enough.
Okay, I won't call any more names. We just want to have a chat with you, you know? Well, no more harshness.
Observe, okay.
Yeah, we're observing.
Let's check, let's see.
What were we watching?
I got this sick feeling in the bottom of my stomach.
Oh, you're the one calling names. Are you making him feel sick? If you're making him feel sick, can you please touch one of the green lights? Yeah? Observe making you feel sick.
Alright.
That makes sense to me.
I'm done here, I can't.
Yeah. He's going now. You glad he's going? Yours isn't doing it at all now. Do you reckon you can make my friends go off? His little green light? Reckon you can touch that one for me? If that's okay. Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much. Say hello to Diz and Em. Give them a red light, please.
Yeah, can you light it up? Say hello.
We'll play you some music.
Yeah, they're going to play some music. They can be your friends too.
Paranormal.
Oi, thank you.
You're on the money there.
Are you standing behind me? Are you getting behind me? Because all these people are coming into your room.
Are you shy? We don't bite, we won't hurt you.
Alright, we're going to leave now. You can follow us if you like.
Gone since you've come. I reckon I've been talking to this bloke for the last hour.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Samuel.
The REM pod?
Yeah. Somewhere.
I think it's upstairs. Hey Samuel. Is that you? Hello? Is anyone here? Is anyone here? Here is a DVR recording of the captured EVP. Hello? Is anyone here? Oh, the rods are opening now. Just use the rod to communicate. Crossover for no, open for yes. Is Samuel here with us? Thank you, Samuel. Thank you, Samuel. Okay.
Good night, boys.
Night. Good night, everyone.